Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. Today we're diving deep into a handful of your AI news picks. And wow, are there some fascinating developments happening right now?
Incredible how quickly it's all evolving.
The one that really grabbed my attention was this news about an entire news station team being replaced by AI.
Oh, yeah.
You actually sent us this Reddit post from a worker at that very station.
I did, yeah. It's a powerful firsthand account of what it's like to, face job displacement because of AI.
Right.
It raises some really important questions about the future of work in a world where machines can perform tasks that were once considered uniquely human.
It's definitely a bit unsettling. This wasn't just a small local station either.
Right.
We're talking about Tegenia,
Huge.
a company that reaches nearly 40% of U.S. TV households.
Right.
So the scale of this is pretty huge.
Absolutely. And this particular story brings to life a lot of the anxieties people have about AI and automation. The Reddit poster even questioned what happens to the economy if jobs disappear. Who will be left to buy products if everyone is out of work? It's a valid concern, and it goes beyond just the news industry.
The Reddit post mentions similar situations popping up in film insurance and even the medical field.
Wow.
It really makes you wonder how AI will reshape the job market across the board.
It's certainly a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
We're witnessing the beginning of a massive transformation in how we work and what skills will be valued in the future.
Okay, let's switch gears for a second to something a bit lighter.
Okay.
You also sent us some news about OpenAI finally releasing advanced voice mode on desktop.
Yeah.
It's been available on mobile for a while, but now ChatGPT Plus and Team users can access it right from their computers.
It's interesting to see how they're continuing to expand access to this feature. It seems like they're trying to make it as easy and convenient as possible for people to use.
I'm still a little confused about why they keep linking to chatgpt.com when they bought chat.com, though. You'd think they'd want to use that shorter domain name.
Maybe they're saving chat.com for a major product launch or rebrand down the line. Who knows? But let's focus on what we do know about advanced voice mode.
Right, so for anyone who hasn't tried it yet,
Yeah.
it's basically like talking to a super smart AI assistant. You can ask it questions, have it write things for you, or even just chat about random topics.
It's quite versatile.
Yeah, you sent us a bunch of interesting Reddit posts highlighting some pretty creative ways people are already using it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the one about the guy who uses it for personal tutoring and gaming co-piloting. Imagine having an AI tutor who's always available to help you with your homework or give you tips on how to beat a tough level in your favorite video game.
That's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
We've also seen examples of people using it to create work documents while driving, brainstorm during walks, even practice foreign languages.
That reminds me of this AVM productivity hack that's been making the rounds online. Basically, you just tell ChatGPT your thoughts and ideas while you're doing other things like driving or cooking, and it'll draft a document or outline for you.
It's a great way to capture those fleeting moments of inspiration and turn them into something concrete.
I tried it the other day while I was making dinner. It was surprisingly effective.
Really?
It's almost like having a personal assistant who can transcribe your thoughts on the fly. You just have to be careful about what you tell it to remember, though.
Oh, yes. I heard that story about the guy who told ChatGPT to speak with a British accent and then completely forgot about it.
Oh, gosh.
Let's just say his next meeting was quite a surprise.
I can only imagine. Okay, before we get too carried away with talking robots,
Okay.
let's move on to some other AI news you sent us.
All right.
We've got Microsoft partnering with HarperCollins, Google Gemini introducing a new memory feature, and even Meta creating an entire product arm dedicated to AI.
It's fascinating to see how AI is infiltrating every corner of the tech industry, from content creation to business tools to scientific research.
And it's moving fast. We're seeing new developments and applications popping up every single day.
It's true. The pace of innovation in this field is incredible, but it's not all sunshine and roses, right? You also flagged a report from Qualtrics, highlighting growing public distrust of corporate AI use. Apparently, 75% of people are concerned about how companies are using AI.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are worried about things like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the potential for job displacement.
Right.
It goes back to that news station story we discussed earlier.
Exactly. If companies aren't transparent about how they're using AI and what steps they're taking to mitigate potential risks, it's only natural for people to be wary.
This is definitely a conversation we need to be having as AI becomes more integrated into our lives. We need to figure out how to balance the incredible potential of this technology with the very real concerns people have about its impact on society.
Well said. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but it's crucial that we continue to explore these questions and work towards solutions that benefit everyone. It's a balancing act for sure. But let's move on to some other tech news you shared with us. This SpaceX story is pretty wild. They intentionally splashed down Starship in the Indian Ocean during their 6th test flight.
I know, right? I was glued to the live stream.
Oh, wow.
It's the first time they've landed in the ocean during daylight hours, so we actually got to see the whole thing.
Yeah, it's quite a sight to see that massive spacecraft coming down. They initially planned to catch this super heavy booster with the launch tower, but opted for a splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico instead.
Yeah, something about not meeting the commit criteria.
Yeah,
Even with all their cutting-edge tech, sometimes they have to prioritize safety, which is understandable.
absolutely. It's a reminder that space exploration is still a risky business, but the progress SpaceX is making with Starship is truly remarkable.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, you sent over this article about a proposed Manhattan projects for AI. A U.S. Congressional Commission is suggesting a massive initiative to fund the development of AI systems that are as smart as or even smarter than humans.
It's a bold proposition drawing comparisons to the ambitious scientific undertaking that led to the creation of the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
This commission is emphasizing the importance of public-private partnerships in advancing artificial general intelligence, although there aren't any specific investment strategies outlined yet.
It's mind-blowing to think we're talking about creating AI that could potentially outthink us. It's exciting, but also a little bit terrifying, wouldn't you say?
It definitely raises profound questions about the nature of intelligence, consciousness, and the future of our species. We'll need to proceed with caution and wisdom to ensure that these powerful technologies are used responsibly.
Agreed. On a lighter note, did you see that awesome website, The Deep Sea?
I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Oh, you should check it out. It shows you all the incredible creatures you can find at different depths of the ocean.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
I've always been intrigued by the mysteries of the ocean. Did you know that humans actually reached the deepest point in the ocean, the Challenger Deep, back in 1960?
I did. It's crazy to think that happened almost a decade before we landed on the moon. Talk about a testament to human ingenuity.
It really highlights our thirst for exploration and our drive to push the limits of what's possible. And speaking of pushing limits, you also sent us some information about the new supercomputer El Capitan.
Oh, yeah, the one that's officially the world's fastest.
Yeah.
I read that it's going to be used to simulate nuclear weapon testing.
Yes, El Capitan is a marvel of engineering. It can perform over 2,700 quadrillion operations per second.
Wow.
This will be a valuable tool for ensuring the safety and reliability of our nuclear deterrent, while also advancing research in fields like fusion and artificial intelligence.
The amount of computing power we're packing into these machines is incredible. It's like something straight out of science fiction.
And speaking of sci-fi, did you see this news about the open source database called Fireproof?
Fireproof is quite interesting.
Yeah?
It's a real-time database designed for real-time collaboration, using something called CRDTs to ensure data consistency across multiple users.
Yeah.
And get this, it's network-aware, encrypted, and multi-writer safe. A pretty robust solution for applications that need real-time data synchronization.
It sounds like something a hacker would use in a cyberpunk movie. We've got futuristic databases, supercomputers, AI that might be smarter than us. What else is in store for the future?
Well, for all the Android fans out there, the Android 16 Preview SDK is now available for download.
Right, developers can start getting their apps ready for the next version of Android, which is slated to drop sometime next year.
That's right. The final release is planned for next year, with platform stability expected at Beta 3 in March 2025.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see what new features and improvements they've cooked up. Speaking of new developments, have you heard about that drama in the open source world?
Oh no, what happened?
Some GitHub projects were targeted with malicious commits, and they tried to frame a security researcher named Mike Bell as the culprit.
I did see that story. It's unfortunate that these kinds of incidents happen, but it highlights the importance of security best practices and responsible disclosure within the open source community.
For sure. It's a good reminder that even in a collaborative space like open source, there are still bad actors out there. But let's end on a positive note.
Yeah.
You know what's really exciting? The plans for a Minecraft theme park.
Oh yes, that sounds amazing.
Right.
Minecraft has captured the imaginations of millions of players worldwide. Bringing that virtual world to life with real-world attractions is a brilliant idea.
It's going to be like stepping right into the game. The first parks are set to open in the UK and the US in 2026 and 2027, with plans to extend to other countries later on.
It'll be fascinating to see how they translate the digital experience into a physical one.
I can't wait. But not everything is sunshine and rainbows in the gaming world. Apparently, Starlink is having some growing pains. They're bringing back the wait list in certain parts of the U.S. just a year after getting rid of it.
It seems that demand for high-speed satellite internet is outpacing Starlink's ability to provide coverage in some areas. It'll be interesting to see how they address these capacity constraints as they continue to expand their network.
Hopefully they can figure it out soon. Fast internet is practically a necessity these days.
I couldn't agree more. Reliable and affordable internet access is essential for education work and staying connected in our increasingly digital world.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from AI taking over newsrooms to Minecraft theme parks to the challenges of providing high-speed internet access to everyone. It's amazing how much is happening in the tech world right now.
It's a truly dynamic and ever-evolving landscape. It's exciting to be a part of it and to witness firsthand how these technologies are shaping our world.
It's mind-boggling to think about how much the tech landscape has changed in just a few short years.
And the pace of innovation shows no signs of slowing down.
Speaking of innovation, you sent over this article about on-call shifts. I found it really interesting. It argues that shifting them from Monday to Tuesday could actually improve quality of life and schedule accuracy.
That's a fascinating concept. I can definitely see how starting and ending on-call shifts on a less conventional day could potentially reduce stress and disruption. It's a small tweak that could have a big impact on work-life balance.
Right. Why didn't we think of this sooner? Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective.
Yeah.
And on the topic of simple yet powerful solutions, did you catch the news about DeepL launching a real-time audio translation feature?
DeepL voice, yes. It's quite an impressive advancement in language technology.
Like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I know.
Imagine being able to understand someone speaking a different language in real time.
Right.
The implications for communication and accessibility are huge.
Absolutely. It could be a game changer for international business travel and even just everyday conversations.
And for all our Apple-loving listeners out there, Google just released a standalone Gemini app for iPhone,
Oh, wow.
making it even easier to access their multimodal AI features.
It's interesting to see how Google is expanding access to Gemini multimodal AI with its ability to process information from multiple sources, like text, images, and audio, is a rapidly developing field with immense potential.
I'm really curious to see how multimodal AI evolves in the coming years.
Me too.
And one last bit of news for all the coding enthusiasts out there. ChatGPT can now read some of your Mac's desktop apps.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
It integrates with coding apps like VS Code and Xcode, so you can send your code directly to ChatGPT for context, along with your prompts.
I'm like having an AI pair programmer right there in your computer. It can help you debug code, understand complex functions, and even generate new code snippets.
It's another example of how AI is becoming an increasingly integrated part of our workflows. It's not about replacing humans, it's about augmenting our abilities and helping us do our jobs more effectively.
Well, folks, that's a wrap for this episode of Byte-Sized Tech. We've explored the exciting world of AI, from its potential to disrupt industries, to its ability to enhance our everyday lives.
It really is remarkable.
We've also delved into some other fascinating tech news, like SpaceX's Starship test flight, the proposed Manhattan Project for AI, and even the plans for a Minecraft theme park.
So much to look forward to.
It's been a whirlwind tour of the latest and greatest in technology. The future is looking bright, and I, for one, am excited to see what innovations emerge next. Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions. And hey, if you're ever feeling overwhelmed by all the rapid changes in tech, just remember, take a deep breath, embrace the learning process, and have fun exploring all the amazing things technology has to offer.